One of the hardest things to do as an adult is to unlearn the stuff you were taught as a child. I'm sure the next generation will have an even harder time doing that, given the bias of our educational system. But I was taught that the fight between Jefferson and Hamilton was over democracy, that Jefferson wanted the average people to control the government, and Hamilton wanted an aristocracy and maybe a monarchy to control the government. But a close analysis of their fighting indicates that that really was not true. Hamilton made a stray comment at the Constitutional Convention, which has been interpreted as supporting a monarchy, but he never said that, and he fought vigorously for the ratification of the Constitution, far more vigorously than Jefferson ever did, precisely not to have a monarchy and not to have an aristocratic system of government. The core difference between the two of them was their vision for the future of the United States. In fact, Jefferson debased the wage system, which was the only way that people could work their way out of poverty or change their status in life. And he did that by basically supporting slavery and permitting slaves to exist in the United States, which meant that nobody could really work for a living for a wage because there were 5 to 10 million people who could be forced to do the same job completely for free. Jefferson's support of slavery becomes clear when we realize that he did not free any of his slaves, except for the Hemings family, on his death, compared to Washington, who freed them all, and that he opposed the Missouri Compromise in 1820, which created a North and South difference over slavery, where the North would be slave-free and the South would have slaves. He felt that that division would lead to a civil war, and he opposed bans on slavery. Hamilton, on the other hand, believed in a society based on commerce, based on industry, based on the wage system. Fundamentally, he believed that the capitalist system that we now have in the United States, and that has been the foundation of all of our economic growth, was the essential element to our economy. And he set up the federal treasury in such a way that it would sustain that growth by sustaining the credit of the United States. In the debate over where the capital should be, Jefferson wanted it in the South, Hamilton wanted it in New York. Jefferson felt that to have the capital at the center of global finance, or American finance, would make capitalism and the monetary system and banks dominant in the United States. And they wanted instead to push them away, and therefore wanted the capital in the South. All of the differences between them really can be traced to a kind of Luddite opposition to modernity on the part of Thomas Jefferson, and a fervent embrace of what has turned out to be America's future by Alexander Hamilton. Thanks for watching.